everybody, I'm Kelly Hogan. Welcome back to my Zero Carb Life. Just recently, I'd say in the last few days, I saw a post made by a group member that I have noticed over and over in the groups. Encouraging, thoughtful. She's tried so many cool things and she documents it well. And then she made a post really telling about how much things have changed in the last year. And I said, Kristen, would you please come tell more people than just us? The group appreciates you, but please come tell a bigger audience. And she said yes. So please welcome Kristen. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
So on your post, you said comparing how you feel now, how life is now, what you can do now to even just 1 year ago it feels dramatic. What made you take the time to reflect on that?
It was a tough time. That last summer was really hard. My daughter had crashed into a barn on her dirt bike and she broke 11 bones. And so that happened in May, the end of May. And so we spent the next 4 months recouping. And this time last year, we all loaded up and went to Oklahoma to go to my son's boot camp graduation.
Oh.
And so I was just reflecting that, I was so uncomfortable. I had gained all that I had lost previously on Carnivore. I just almost all of it was back, and my pain, everything was back. My anxiety, I just turned to food for comfort. So that was August. And then November, I decided I'm doing it again.
So how long had you been on Carnivore until August last year?
Yeah, I was on for 23 and then 24. And then 25, my mom died. She was dying in December and then of 24. And then in 25, she actually died in February. It was a tough year.
So you had nearly 2 years, though, on Carnivore. And you were feeling good, had lost weight.
Yes, but not 100% on Carnivore. Like I was on Carnivore, and I'm like an all in or all out girl.
Yeah.
And so I would be all in, and then something would happen, and then
all out.
And then I'm all out, and it didn't have to be something bad that happened. In fact, if it was usually something good, like a celebration, or a holiday or something like that, and then I'm all off, and it takes about 2 weeks to get back all in, and you have to restart and go through all the pain of restarting and all of the troubles. And so I would do that. So I wouldn't say I was 100% carnivore at all. Just spurts, and I did lose a lot, and then I lost 58 pounds.
Oh.
And then so I did lose a lot, but a lot of the pain went away, but it never fully went away. Like my plantar fasciitis just never fully went away. It was always there to remind me it's there in the morning when I got out of bed.
Yeah.
I ate intuitively because I didn't like tracking anything. Okay. In fact, I hate journaling. I hate tracking.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's all I do now. But but yeah, no, I didn't do any of that. I just did the Kinberry way, eat until you're comfortably stuffed. But I was doing OMAD because before this, I was doing intermittent fasting, and I do OMAD, and I do 36 hours to 5 days, water fast. I would try everything like that. And I got tired of all that. And so that made me come to your group to try something different that I've never done. You've helped me. This whole group has helped me. And it's funny too, because I thought, I'm just going to do it a month because I've been watching Kelly's videos for years now. And I feel like, what more can you learn? So I'll do a month, see what it's about. And then that led to the next month. I'm like, I got to do a second month because I just got started. I haven't even got to my deficit TDEE yet. I'm like, I got to do that. And then it was just like, do it. And then I think in June or something, I started the continuous renewal because I'm just like, I just got to do it. It's community because my family got sick of me talking about it. And so I have no one to talk to.
Yeah. And we never get sick of talking about it.
No.
And when was the first month that you were with us?
January. So it was a Christmas gift. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I knew it had been several months. I just wasn't sure exactly the month. But okay, so January. All right. 2023 and 24, we were doing Carnivore, but consistency wasn't always there. Tracking wasn't there because we were doing intuitive. OMADing, water
Yeah.
fasting, on again, off again. But you still, even with that version of carnivore in 2 years, you had lost 58 pounds
Hmm.
and most of your pain. So then December 24 comes and life really came at you.
Yeah.
And your health, your diet, your plan, your weight, back burner.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Did you gain all of the weight back? Most of it?
Most of it, all but
Yeah.
like 12 pounds.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So then you decide at some point, okay, I think I'll give this a go again, but maybe I need some help. So Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
You get back on it. And so tell me about now, how now compares to the last version. And then also, how do you feel now versus at your son's graduation? And that was just a year ago. That's one thing I want to drive home. Kristen, she started carnivore. She's in, she's out. Y'all know, some of you been there. I know because I read your comments. But then when she was totally off of it, she's at her son's graduation. She feels lousy. Bring us up to date. It's only been a year. So what's
Yeah.
now? What's happening?
It's only been a year. It's incredible. Plantar fasciitis is gone. Like
Mm,
that left in early February. That's just gone. Like I don't even have a reminder of that.
wow.
And my knee pain, my left knee is bone on bone. And I had a really hard time going down the stairs. I'd go 1 foot at a time, down with the bad foot,
Yes.
one at a time. And I would do that to go downstairs because I have it's kind of like an elliptical thing, but it's seated
Yeah.
downstairs in a treadmill. So I started with you, you had encouraged me to do just any kind of movement, right?
Yeah.
Just start
Yeah.
moving after you eat. So I would do that in the winter and I just go down there and it'd be like one at a time, my knee and my leg down one at a time. And then one day, and it was like, I think it was late February where I just ran down the stairs. Like I like not ran, but just got down the
Yeah.
stairs without one leg at a time. And I had reported on in the group and you actually responded with, I love those NSVs when you like don't even realize it till
Yeah.
after the fact. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what I'm finding all along the way is these things that I'm like, wait, I couldn't do that. Just a year ago, I couldn't do that.
Yes.
And I had thought that I had walked probably 5 or 6 thousand steps a day at least,
Mhm. Right.
just with my barn chores. So we have a little horse farm and a lot of horse stuff to do. And so, but no, after I started tracking my steps, again, encouraged by your group, and I was doing like 3 to 4, maybe 5. But
Yeah.
and then I would be aching afterwards too. My knee would ache because it's bone on bone. And my surgeon had said, you need, a total knee replacement. This is not going to
Yes.
get better. And I just was like, I've already had 2 hip replacements
Oh,
and a
wow.
hysterectomy. Yeah, because I have PCOS as well.
Okay.
Did. And so I just thought, I don't want another surgery. And I'm just going to try this. Everybody else on the group has some issue that resolves.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
have something. And I thought this could be my thing because the
Yeah.
plantar fasciitis was already gone. So, yeah, so that was one of my big whys in the beginning was, the weight loss and then the knee pain so that I could do more, walk more.
And
And it happened.
you haven't had the knee replaced.
No, no. In fact, I just went to get my hips checked. Every so many years, they want to check your hips to make sure
Yeah.
the device is in. So I just had that done, and I was talking to him about my knee, and I said, you told me I needed a knee replacement, but it's feeling great. I'm walking 25,000 steps. I walk 25,000 steps a day. I mean, I've done that a couple times. I don't do it a day.
Yeah.
Uh, I've done it like 3 times so far, and my average is 10 to 20,
Okay.
somewhere in there,
Yeah.
but mostly around 15 to 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And he was amazed and he asked me what I was doing. And I told him I was doing meat based,
Yeah.
and he said, well, he keeps hearing this, keep doing what you're doing. So I was like, hey, cool. And he said he couldn't ever give up carbs. And I was like, well, I think you could if you're in a lot of pain.
If that knee hurt bad enough, I think you
Yeah.
could. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When somebody tells me something hurts, And then, especially if it was something that I had dealt with, like costochondritis or boils. And I'm not one to just tell everybody. I don't tell people what you should do. Well, you should try carnivore. But sometimes I'll say, if I feel kind of led to,
Hmm.
that is exactly what I used to have. And people might then say, well, how'd you get rid of it? I say, well, I only eat meat. I know it sounds crazy, but it literally got rid of that sternum pain and the boils. And they'll say, oh gosh, well, I could never do that. And sometimes I'll say it and sometimes I just think it. Then your costochondritis and boils must not have been as
Yeah,
bad as mine were. Because yeah, you would.
that's right. That's right. And also, like, just I didn't, so we had a lot of tragic events, right? That
Yes.
happened last year. So I don't would never say I was a depressed person. Like I don't think I've ever had that as my
Mhm.
description. But I will say now that I'm not, I
Yeah.
think I might have been because the cloud is lifted. I just see life so much better and just the pain, of course, is probably huge because
Yeah.
I'm not in pain anymore. Just looking forward to life and getting involved. In fact, that's my year's mantra is that Talitha Kum, from the Bible, where Jesus says, "Little girl, get it. I command you to get up and walk." You remember when the little girl
Oh, I
had
do. I
died?
just
Yeah,
got chills.
it's Talitha Kum. So I just write that actually on the beginning of every day that I journal. It's just my reminder that Jesus is saying, "Stand up." It's in Jesus's hands, and I'm doing what I can do. I believe He's led me here honestly, because I've been praying for this a long time and just for these pains to be relieved and lead me to the right way and what's causing this and why is it happening to me. What we all
Yeah.
think when we're in that darker place. So so I definitely think I did have some form of depression
Mhm.
and I did not see the future as bright. I just saw it as I'm getting older. I'm 55. I'm just getting older and things are breaking down.
Yeah.
you know,
55 already had two hip replacements
I
and on
know.
your way to a knee. And
Right.
now you are walking
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, sometimes 1,000 steps a
Yeah.
day without pain.
That's right. Without pain. In fact, my
Nobody says
daughter's
that.
invest. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
I mean, and I didn't think I would. In fact, I used to tell my neighbor who always wanted me to walk with her. We live in the country down to the stop sign, which is 4 miles, and after you get down there and back. And I would always say no because the pavement hurts too much. And I
yeah.
really thought it was the pavement causing the impact on my knee. And no, I can do that now. I can do that and more. So it wasn't the pigment. I mean, I'm sure the weight loss, is huge, but
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I can't explain why the knee feels great. It just does.
Well, you had lost the weight before and not gotten rid of the pain.
Right. That's
So I
true.
don't think it's just the weight loss.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that
cool.
is absolutely true.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why I got that elliptical thing
Yeah.
because I didn't I wanted to be able to exercise but I knew walking was not the answer. So I would do that thing and then I have the treadmill there, and I thought, well, I'm going to try that. And then group members had encouraged these walk at home videos,
Yeah.
just to get moving just for a quick miler or two. And that was fun. So I was like, if I can do that, I'll try it. I just turn it off if I can't.
Yeah, that's right. This is awesome. When I said nobody says that, we hear things like that in our groups, but just in the general public, if somebody says,
Right,
I've had two hip replacements and I've got bone on bone knee, they aren't going to proceed to tell you how much better they feel and how far they can walk, typically.
right, right. And I can ride horses again. So there was a
Oh,
period of time before my hip replacements that I couldn't even ride. I just have to watch my kids ride. And it was about 5 years that I really didn't ride. And I couldn't. My hips wouldn't cooperate. And so, like, that's my love. I love to ride. I've always ridden, and I just missed it so much. So that was one of my big whys was to ride again. And so, yeah,
after 5 years.
yeah,
Riding horses is hard on the hips and it is a workout.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, I've ridden horse. Well, it's partly because I'm kind of tense the whole time because I don't do it enough to really be at ease.
Yeah.
So I feel sore afterwards. But yes, it is. I can always feel it in my hips, my thighs. So I could see why somebody with two artificial hips would say, "I guess I'm done horseback
Yeah.
riding." It
Yeah.
makes me so happy that you're back out there again.
Thank you. And that's kind of how this year has been. It's just, you know what? Just gonna do it. So I have not let anything um non-carnivore in my diet. Like I'm not, I have, so this is the first time ever that I've actually not cheated, you know? I've not caved,
Yeah,
and there's been lots of opportunities, and I have not even let one bite in. So that, as a true carb addict, I know that that is the key because that food noise is gone now. It's just gone.
that's hard to believe, isn't it?
I know it's hard to believe for me if that is not me. So that is a different thing. But it
Yeah,
is now the new me because I am not going back to that.
right. And it's not willpower. It's not like somebody would say,
No,
"Well, how did you develop this new willpower?" It's not willpower because
it's
I
not.
didn't have, I had none, none. If I
Right.
really wanted it and cravings would start for something, I might be able to say no for a little bit, but bet money I was gonna find it and get it. And
Yeah.
and now I don't even have to try.
It's like you say, if you're not a smoker, you don't you don't ever crave a cigarette.
No, in fact, it starts to, if you're around it, it's almost gross, right?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
how do people
Well,
do that?
exactly. I see those cookies and I think I know exactly. It floods my brain with joint pain because I had finger joint pain too.
Oh,
I have a lot of joint pain. I have a lot of
okay.
arthritis. And so that all um that would all come back.
Yep.
It'd just be, and then you go through the whole 2 weeks of, you know, trying to get it out of your system and starting
Yes.
over. Then you do need willpower because now you're addicted to that food again, and you need to try to not step back into that process because I'm the only carnivore here. Um, everybody eats meat here,
Right.
but nobody eats like me. So it would be easy to step back into all that. That would be hard. That would be hard. It's easy right now. And
Yes. But that two
that's why
weeks is no joke.
there's no joke.
Yeah.
It's not. And it's not worth it. I do not want to do that again just to have a cookie.
And that's coming from you, somebody who did carnivore,
Yeah.
went off, went
Yep.
on, fell back to
Yeah.
like you can
Yeah.
say more authoritatively than I can. It's not worth it. So
Right.
I'm glad you're here to say that.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad to say it. And you don't know it until you get to that spot because I thought
Mhm.
I was at that spot, with the other time I did
Yeah.
carnivore because I didn't get all the healings that I feel now then. So I really wasn't there. It's like climbing that mountain. You're just at the cusp, but you
Yeah.
quit before
Yeah.
you get there. And I think that's what happened to me. I just quit before I actually got there. So if you can just hang on, and you had said in one of your meetings to carnivore, longer, not harder.
Yes.
I think that's golden right there. So I think about that one a lot. That's something I say to myself. So just do it longer, not harder. You don't have to punish yourself if you eat too
Right.
much meat one day, or you go above your TDEE. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Y-
Stay carnivore.
Yes. You said before when you had done carnivore, you had done some water fasting. Is water
Mhm.
fasting still part of what you're doing now?
No,
No.
no, I did it. And it after you got past day two, it was really easy to do, but it it ended up not being good for me. Like you'd lose a lot, but I just gain it back. It was kind of
Mm.
like, well, okay, maybe I cleared out some of the junk in my cells and stuff, but then I, end up binging on something,
Yeah.
because I was so good and I lost so much weight for those days. So it ended up just sabotaging myself in the end. Same with bone broth. I did that,
Oh, the
but
bone broth fast. Just bone
yeah,
broth. Yeah.
yeah. And I felt like all I did was crave food the whole time.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any water fasting experience as a carnivore. I do fast while I sleep. So
there you go. I feel like that's enough.
I do. I feel like that's enough. That's right. But honestly, it's kind of I say that as sort of a joke, but back in my younger days, pre-carnivore, I would wake up in the night and then go binge and eat. So I guess the fact that I go to sleep for 8 hours
Yeah.
and don't even wake up to think about food, and if I did wake up, I don't, I don't go binge on anything or eat anything. I'm good.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
something to be able to go 8 or even 12 hours without food. So that's the level of fasting I do. I am pretty certain I know myself well enough to know that if I did water fast, it would re-trigger the binge restrict cycle for me. And I was a binger. I did do fasting some before carnivore. And just like you, I had I had a great deal of desire to get results. So I didn't have a lot of
Mhm.
willpower to turn something down, but I was driven. I desperately wanted to lose weight especially in my early 20s. So I would say, okay, we're not going to eat for the next 3 days. Sure, the
Yeah.
scale would go down. And then the
Hmm.
3 days was over and I couldn't make myself stop. It was, and now we realize, well, duh, you're
Yeah.
your body is just trying to catch up. And there was, yeah,
Yeah.
it did not
I
work.
did that intermittent fasting thing. I was convinced that was the way to eat.
Mhm.
But then when I joined your group and you were encouraging, because I was probably doing pretty much two mad
Okay.
with carnivore in November and December.
Yeah.
And maybe OMAD some days. And then January, you had encouraged 3 meals a day. Just try it, you
Sure.
know? And so I was like, okay, I haven't had eaten breakfast in years. And, I just would skip breakfast.
Yeah.
It'd be coffee.
All right.
And so I I just tried it and I loved it. So I, now I'm a 3 meal a day person and I love it. Yes. And I think the cortisol thing, because I have a lot of weight around my belly. And I really think that was a huge issue for me because I know it was because I would not sleep at night.
Right.
I would wake up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night every night, and I thought it was my husband snoring, but I moved to a different room, so it wasn't. So it
Yeah.
was just me waking up all the time, and I was still drinking coffee.
Yeah.
And in November and December, I dropped it to one cup, and then right before I joined here, I was drinking a half a cup,
Okay.
just at 6 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And then you had said something on there about, just try it. Just give it a week. Just try and see if that is your sleep problem, get rid of the coffee. And I thought, there is no way a half a mug of
Right.
coffee, just black coffee, that could make a difference in my sleep, because
Yeah.
surely it's all out of my system by the time I go to bed. Anyway, I slept that night, the whole night.
Wow.
And then I slept the next night and then the next night.
Awesome.
So it was wonderful. And so I haven't had coffee since I gave it up in January. So
Wow. I did not
yeah,
know that. I
no
thought,
caffeine. In fact, I found now with the fat fast, right? Because I'm doing the fat fast once a week at least. And I have found that I don't need caffeine. Ketones make you feel way better.
you are
So I
jacked.
could never, and yeah, and I had the Mojo meter for
Yeah.
the previous time I was carnivore, and I would never get more than zero point 0.3 ketones
Mhm.
ever. And I was just like, dang it.
Yeah.
And when I first started your group, I'm like, I'm still at zero point 0.3 and I'm being good, and you were like, hey, at least you're making ketones,
Yeah.
they're in there. You may not
Yes.
be in ketosis, but you are making ketones,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. So that gave me hope. And then you were talking about increasing fat, and I didn't know that's what made ketones go up. And so I started increasing fat reluctantly because my whole life was no fat. My mom was a nurse and she knew everything, and she was like, no fat, low fat, chicken only. And so that's how I was raised. And Anyway, I started putting butter in and doing more fat, and it was working. So was it was all working, and it doesn't make sense to me, but it works. So higher fat for me.
Me too.
I try to keep like I try to keep it at like 75% or
Okay.
higher fat
Yeah.
every day. And then my fat fasts are, like 95. They're really up there.
I can
So,
hear in my mind right now people asking, what does she do on a fat fast?
yeah.
So tell us, what does fat fasting look like for you?
The easiest way to do it for me, I'm doing one today, by the way, because it's Friday, Fat Fast Friday. So, Fridays, for religious reasons, we don't eat meat.
Yeah.
So, it's perfect time to throw in a fat fast.
Yeah.
But I make a simple, I call it custard, but it may be creme brulee. I don't know. It's just 4 egg yolks and 16 ounces of whipped cream,
Mm,
or not whipped. Well, it's not whipped
heavy
yet,
cream.
heavy cream. And then that's it. I mix it together and I bake it. I put vanilla powder in
Oh,
there, not
yes.
the extract. I really like that.
I like the
And
powder too. It's good.
yeah, and then I just bake it for 40 minutes at 300 in a water bath. And so I do that and I eat on that for the whole day until it's gone. And I might throw in butter bites,
Yeah.
and just to supplement if I feel like I'm hungry. So,
Yes.
but that's it. And so I try to go above my TDE, I mean,
Yes.
maintenance level, try to go up, which would be, closer to 3,000 calories. Can you believe that? It
It's
just doesn't even
amazing.
sound real.
I know. Me too. I go about 3,000 calories on a fat fast. So as long as it's pure fat, we don't do protein. There's a little protein in the yolks, but you're just
Right.
doing about 4 a day. That's about the max that I do on a fat fast too. Above maintenance calories, eating like, to me, it is the most decadent, enjoyable. There's
Yeah,
nothing that feels fasting about this.
that's
I feel
right.
like a kid on her birthday. I'm eating ice cream all day, which my ice cream recipe is almost identical to your creme brulee
Yeah,
recipe. It's just
yeah,
baked ice cream is
right.
what I've called it. Yeah.
That's basically all it is. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And then the scale drops.
yes.
Yeah.
The ketones go way up.
Yes. I cannot do a lot of caffeine, period. Some of you may know I have a left ear issue that is affected by caffeine. But even if I could have all of the caffeine, I definitely don't need it and probably wouldn't want it on a fat fast because I am already like,
Right.
I mean, you talk about shiny, happy, energized. You don't need caffeine on top of that.
That's right. You're like, let's go. My daughter said this morning, let's do a 5 mile walk this afternoon. I was like, okay, it's a fat fast day. I can do
That's
that.
right.
You're ready to tackle the day. So if you've got a big project, that's the day you should make a fat fast. Not only are
Yes.
you not going to be hungry,
Right.
and you're going to be totally satisfied, you can also do it, you know, in a state that you're just like happy.
Yes.
And you're just like, you're not so distracted. It's like a dessert day.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
That actually makes you feel better and gives you even more
Yeah.
results. It's wild to me. I know there are
Mhm.
some folks who can't do dairy, so they fat fast. And I have done many non-dairy fat fast days, especially a few years ago, in which I just did beef fat trimmings. And even that, I felt the same and got the same results on the scale. But for me, if I can do it with beef fat trimmings or with ice cream and creme brulee, I mean, hello. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
I choose this way, but people can certainly do it with egg yolks. Butter, I know, is dairy, but a lot of dairy-free people can tolerate butter. So the butter bites work for a lot of folks, and the beef fat trimmings is a pretty
Yeah.
easy way. Some people include bone marrow because that's pretty much pure
Mhm.
fat, and cod livers. But again,
Um,
I've done it that way, but I'm gonna go our way, Kristen.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't sound so fun.
no,
Cod livers. I've
right.
not had those yet.
Okay. The texture, it's kind of soft, mushy. They're almost
Okay.
pure fat, very oily. Yeah, I'm not really selling it. But if
Yeah.
you're hungry, they will definitely fill you up. It's a tiny can, like it's same size as
Oh,
sardine.
okay. Okay.
But by the time you finish the can, Now, if you're like me, you might be a little slow to feel satiety. Give it 20 minutes and you'll be like, oh my word, you are
Yeah.
stuffed. Like, it's
Okay.
really, really filling.
It might be good to pack if you're doing a fat fast, because that's the only hard thing about the fat fast for me anyway, is I can't really carry it along with me. It's got to be a day I'm home.
That's right. I have fat fasted before on days when I'm going to go to the amusement park or things with my kids. So I'll take a small cooler with a bunch of cooler packs and just put my ice cream in there. And if it's frozen solid before I leave, it's perfect by lunchtime. So,
Oh, okay. That's a good
yeah.
trick. Yeah.
So I've made it work. And also, if you go to a Starbucks, any Starbucks, and I've done this at many, many, many all over the country, including in airports and amusement parks. They have a button for just heavy cream, and I will get their 16-ounce cup of heavy
Oh,
cream.
wow.
They charge $5.88 for 16 ounce. I'm like, you can't get it in the store that cheap. And they pull out their cartons. I can see exactly. I've examined the cartons. It's typically they use something like Mayola or a brand that I've seen in the stores. It's not like some weird special Starbucks fake heavy cream. It's real heavy cream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a really good price.
I know. I thought maybe I just do this from now on instead of going to the store,
No
but
kidding.
it is really cheap. And I'll sometimes carry my vanilla powder or vanilla extract with me. And so then, because I really do like the vanilla in my heavy
Yeah.
cream, and I'll just put a little of that in there. I sometimes put a pinch of salt, stir it up, and then it's
Hmm.
like a milkshake. Well, it is. It's the world's most
Yeah.
delicious,
That's what
healthy,
it is.
fat fasting milkshake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Polar brand seltzer. It's called strawberries and cream, I think, or strawberry cream. And you add just, a little bit of cream to that, and that is really a dessert too. I like
Amazing.
that a lot. Yeah.
No sweeteners at all. For those of y'all going, oh, gasp, it's
Yeah.
unsweetened. It's
That's
just,
sweet.
it's like a bubbly water, Waterloo Polar. Waterloo sells a root beer seltzer,
I've done that one too. That's very good. Yeah.
heavy cream, and that one is good.
Hmm.
I love Waterloo and Polar. I think those are my two favorites.
Yeah, mine too.
All right, so I'm
Yeah.
looking at your commitment lists
Hmm.
for July and August. They were pretty similar. And I love that you share your commitment list in the group because I feel like it's one of the greatest advantages of having group accountability is stay accountable. Like, let us
Right.
know. What are you
Yeah.
doing? How's it going? Show me those check marks. The only thing that feels better than a checklist is showing your checklist.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like,
It's so good. All right. So, one of your commitments is to report on Facebook daily and to encourage people there. Well, I am
yeah.
grateful for your encouragement to everyone there. But you do find that it's helpful to get through that list if you know you're
Yes.
going to report it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, just reporting there is something that sets my day. I usually do it in the beginning of the day
Yeah.
because it just sets my day up right. Just tackle what I need to do because that's where I, document my glucose or my ketones or
Mhm.
what my food plan is for the day. And then I just look at my commitments and it's what gets me started. And I
Yeah.
love it. And then also it seems to be with a lot of others in the members, so in the group. So I can look at theirs too, and they have great ideas. So
Yes. And just
yeah,
seeing that other people are saying, here's what I'm going to do today, or
yeah,
finished my list yesterday, just scrolling through, it's like, ah, and I will do mine too. It's just
yeah.
get your head in the right place before the day. I share
Hmm.
my empty checklist on the morning, sometimes what I'm going to do on Instagram, but I always share it always right before I go to bed with our Facebook, with our group members to say,
Yeah,
there it is. Check, 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 check. And that feels
yeah.
good. All right. The next thing you have down is that you will track your food as well as your weight, your sleep,
Hmm.
your energy level that day, and movement or steps.
Yes,
And you
yes.
said you used to hate tracking.
I hated tracking everything. I hated journaling, just
Hmm.
anything. I'd try it, for anything, and just I'd fail every time. I just could do it in maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
I just hated it.
Yeah. So why
Um,
why do it now?
I again, I'm. made this year to do the things that I've never done to get me to places that I've never been. So I've
Oh,
never been without the food noise. I've never been like at goal, but now I know goal is forever. It's like never gonna, I'm gonna be at goal when I die.
that's it.
You know,
Yes.
that's gonna, this is never ending. So it's just, when I don't know if I'm at goal or if I'm at maintenance. I'm just keeping this ball going and just rolling along with it and gonna do it um till I die.
Yeah. Till we eat whatever we want to, but in heaven together, Kristen. That's what we're going to
That's
do.
right.
We're going to
That's
keep
right.
doing what makes us feel best on this earth because we have to. And
Yeah,
then
I'm probably
someday,
gonna want a
what's
ribeye.
that?
I'm probably gonna want a ribeye in heaven too.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if I'll have any different ideas of things to eat up there, but whatever I eat won't be because I'm looking after this body.
That's
We're-
right.
And that's kind of
That's right.
exciting.
It's very exciting. So I've just decided that I got to track because I don't know what I did before,
Yes.
and maybe that's why it didn't work. You know, maybe. So, and that is true because I found out after the TDEE was revealed of what I needed to be at. It showed me that I was under eating. So, again with the whole OMAD or 2MAD, I just I wasn't getting enough ends because it is very satisfying eating fat and meat, but
Yeah.
really I wasn't focused on the fat before. I was probably eating 50 to 60% fat.
Okay.
Who knows? Because I didn't track, but I do know this. There's no way I ate all that fat in an hour or
That's right.
one meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I know I probably was more like at 12 to 1500 calories a day
Okay.
because now I'm like 15 to 1800 on an average day. So I did build up my uh, calories to that slowly. Like I spent half of all of January and half of February building that up so I wouldn't
Oh,
gain.
let's talk about this for a minute. Okay.
Yeah,
So y'all watching, she joined the group in January. She's ready to get back on board. She fills out the TDEE, which takes what, 30 seconds to a
right.
minute. I mean, it's a really quick 5 questions. And then realizes, "Oh, I'm not eating what this calculator says I should be doing."
Hmm.
So instead of jumping from 1500 up to 18 every day, you took several weeks. And so you would add maybe 100 calories, 50 to
Yeah,
100.
I started out at 50 because I was scared.
Yeah. I think that's good though. For somebody who's
Yeah.
really nervous, I say, do you think if you ate an extra half a tablespoon of butter per day, you're going to put on weight? And they're like, no, I said, that's 50 calories. So every day, if you
Yeah.
have been eating 1500, let's make it no less than 1550 every day.
And that's what I did. It was the
Oh,
butter. I just bumped it up with butter.
oh, that's
And
so
so,
smart. So at the
yeah,
same
so
time you're raising your calories, you're also raising your fat percentage.
yes.
That's an easy way to do it. And
Yeah.
when you saw that the scale wasn't going up and you felt pretty okay with it, then you would just do that again.
Yep. Yep. I just kept it going to and then finally at the end, I think the last week just jumped in with like 100 a day,
Okay.
um, for like a solid week. And then I, and nothing changed. So in fact, it went down because I was so shocked because I would look at those numbers and I'd be like, this is crazy. So again, this is crazy. So I just kept getting results of it going down, for things that never would have, like we were taught
Right.
that
So you're
this
eating
is,
more, more, more week after week
yes,
after week, and you probably weren't losing fast, but the scale was
right,
not going up and even slightly going down.
right. Yeah. Yeah. We're talking ounces here.
Yeah.
It's going down. Yeah. And then I started walking and
Ah,
then throwing in the walking, and that just kept snowballing. The more you were walking, the more you wanted to walk.
yes.
And that's what was happening to me. And then I got my weight room together. I put a weight room together because one of my oldest moved out. So I had her room to convert. And she didn't have a room anymore, but we got a weight room and I
Oh.
use it.
Well, I
Yeah,
see you've committed to lifting weights twice per week.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me
I do
too.
arms one day and then legs then yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, I have been considering adding a third day. but I'm still at 2 days a week and have been now for about a year and a half. I've been doing 2 days per week. And I'm not exactly piling on muscle mass, to be honest, but I am
Yeah.
maintaining well, even though I did lose some overall weight in the time. So my body fat went down without my muscle dropping, and I consider
Hmm.
that a win. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's that's a good thing. I see that you have committed to walk after every meal. Is that right?
Every meal.
Every
So three
meal.
times. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's not usually my exercise walk, like, the longer walk. So
Okay.
yeah, so I might go out and it might consist of doing stalls, cleaning out the horse stalls
Oh,
too, not an actual walk, but just getting the food in and then I get out the door and go do something. Yeah.
when I can't get up and move, as in like it's very rare, but if I'm out to eat with a group or even date night, which he knows I prefer a home date night way more than going out. But let's say you're at a restaurant and you have finished eating and your belly is nice and full because you've ordered this beautiful steak and now you can't get up because everybody's going to sit and talk.
Right.
And then they might order dessert and you're sitting there. I'm utterly annoyed now that I can't get up and walk. Like it's just become such it
Yeah.
feels good. And also my belly doesn't feel as good afterwards. I feel a little uncomfortable. And I used to have, well, prior to Carnivore, I had real IBS stabby pain issues. But if I now just sit, it's like a heavy discomfort. My body has learned I really enjoy just getting up and doing something. It doesn't have to be, like you said, your big workout. Just move.
Right. Yep. And in one of the meetings, there was that video about the calves. And then when you're sitting and you can do I forget what it was
So
called, but
layers, push-ups.
there we go. So Leia's push-up. So I've been doing that because I usually don't eat out, but in the last, gosh, I think only week or a week and a half, we ate out 3 times because of celebrations.
Yeah.
So I would sit there and just do that in Texas Roadhouse.
I do that, Kristen. That's awesome. I'll either, first of all, I can get up and go to the restroom. So there's a little walk to the bathroom. At least I'm not just sitting L-shaped while my food
Yeah.
tries to digest. You can do, a few squats in the bathroom, in the stall.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely done that one. Like, okay, at least we're doing just a little movement afterwards. But whether I'm in church or at a restaurant, somewhere, airplane, you can't get up and move. For those of you watching, if you don't know what a Soleil's push-up is, you keep your toes glued to the ground. They've looked at blood sugar responses for people who just sit versus those who tap that heel. There is a muscle right around where your Achilles tendon is. And it's the same one that's used for walking, but you can utilize it. It'll bring glucose down. So I would personally rather go take the walk. You would probably
Right.
rather go out and take care of some chores. But if you can't, that's a great tip.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one too. So it's something you can do, but I never go out to eat really. I try not to ever go.
Yeah.
But now I can. So these last 3 times that I went, I've learned that I can. So I went to Texas Roadhouse and I ordered a steak with no seasonings,
Mhm.
just on the grill. And then for my sides, I usually pass sides on to my husband, but he doesn't really need those
Yeah.
right now. So I was like, I saw somewhere somebody got boiled eggs, like hard boiled eggs that are
Yes.
chopped up and in a little dish, and then some cheese in a little dish. And I got some sour cream and I just mixed it all together like an egg salad. And that was my side dish. And I was like, that was so good. And I got my sides.
Texas Roadhouse. You
Yes.
ordered a side of hard-boiled eggs,
Uh-huh.
cheese, and sour cream.
Yeah. And I just mixed it up like it was egg salad. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And it was good.
I
So,
bet. All right, so we have talked about, all right, on your commitment list,
yeah.
report daily, encourage others. You're tracking your food as well as so your input as well as the
Hmm.
results, the output.
Right.
And I love what you wrote on your chart. Quote, so I know what works and what doesn't.
That's
And
right.
to me, the data then becomes like it used to me be tracking felt judgy, a way of limiting. It was a restrictor. Now it just
Yeah.
feels like, oh, I can document what I do so I can start to find patterns.
Yes.
Yeah, it gets like investigative fun.
That's right. And
Yeah.
that's why I think I've stuck to this is because it's actually so interesting to me to see what actually works with my body.
Yeah.
I've never really cared. I've always done the herd mentality as far as food goes, and we should just feel this way. But no, some people really don't do well on high fat.
Right?
And I'm figuring out I do really well on high fat. And I
Yes.
do not very well on chicken. Like it makes me hungrier. And
Ah,
it's just, we're all so different. And it's the first time I've ever really looked at myself to
yeah.
say, what is working for just me? Because you taught me that because I think all the other carnivore videos that I've watched, it's just kind of like, well, you should be feeling this way. You should be doing this. But I like this because it's just, you're looking at yourself. You are, the main character here.
That's right.
In
Yes.
your story, and you're looking to see what improves your health, not the herd. Not everybody should be this or that. So uh and it's working.
Right. Other commitments. You're walking after meals. You do a fat fast once a week. We talked about that. You're weight training twice a week. And then 10,000 steps per day is your minimum, but you typically go higher than that. And now,
Yeah.
a year later, your joints don't hurt in your hands.
Right.
Plantar fasciitis is gone. The cloud that wasn't clinically depression, but just, that cloud is gone. Optimism has set in.
Yep, that's right.
You're back on horses.
Hmm. I have my knee pain is gone.
You can go down
Mhm.
steps just like
Yeah.
a normal person. So since January, that's a lot of improvements. You haven't said, you had said that you had gained weight when you were off of carnivore. Has your
Right.
weight changed since January?
Yeah. So I've lost since November when I just started on my own,
Yes.
uh those 2 months. So, and I think I lost 5 pounds then, but total 55 pounds down. So now I'm lower in weight than I've been in, I don't even know. My oldest is 25 years old. So I'd say since her.
Wow. I'm so happy
Yeah.
for you. And you're not
Yeah.
having to run. I didn't hear
No,
anything about running. I didn't
no,
hear a word about rice cakes.
no, nothing.
No water fasting.
No.
In fact, you're eating 3 meals per day of
Mhm.
animal products. We didn't really go into what that looks like for you. Ground beef, eggs, what are you eating?
Yeah, mostly eggs. And if it's not ground beef, it's just a little steak of
Yeah.
some kind, and bacon,
Yeah.
and not so much pork, but every now and then I'll have chicken thighs.
Yeah.
And I just feel my best though on beef and eggs, you
Beef,
know.
eggs, and then your fatty concoction,
That's
cream,
right.
cream and
Yep.
yolks.
And butter bites. I make them into a mold, those little silicone molds. I brown the butter and then put that in there, and it's good. Yeah. So, and as far as like electrolytes, I just discovered this probably in the last 2 months that if I have more than one electrolyte a day, I get the muscle cramps. I had heard you or somebody say something like this. It
Yes,
was,
that's me.
and I was like, I wonder if that's my problem because I'd have like two or three, and because I'd be getting cramps at night, and then I'd be like, okay, I just need more salt. That's another electrolyte thing
Yes.
packet. So I got up to 3 packets sometimes, and I was like, this is not only expensive, it's not working, because I'm getting cramps. So yeah, I cut that out. Some days I don't have any, so it just depends. But
I typically don't have any. Occasionally, I'll have half a pack or even a whole pack, but I'm with you. And it's not just us. There are a lot of people who think, add more, add more.
yeah,
Gosh, I can't get rid of these leg cramps. It's like, maybe back off.
yeah,
It is really rare that somebody in the group tells me that they got benefit from more than 2 electrolyte packets per day. It's like benefit, benefit, and then it gets worse the more they
mhm.
add. So yeah, I think Kristen, I started to say I agree with you completely. I don't know if I have ever met another person that I could say, me too, me too, me too, on so many things. Oh my gosh. So I know we both love the Lord.
Yes,
I know we are both carnivores. I mean, those two things alone, if I meet a Christian carnivore, it's like soul sister, brother.
yeah,
That's a lot to have in common, just those two things. But then
yeah,
also, so many, we both have had so much healing. in starting Carnivore. We're both mamas. We're both now data lovers. I am the
Hmm.
most not, I am not a type A spreadsheet type person at all. And
Me
now I
either.
have a little spreadsheet that has like what I did that day, the results, and a little spot to journal, like you said, about my energy and sleep, how I felt. I also walk after every meal. I also weight train twice a week. We're both walking 10, 12, sometimes 15 or more thousand steps per day. Just like you, I do not feel that eating this way is restrictive. It's very freeing. And you posted in our group that there's freedom from thinking about food. It makes you feel so happy to be free. You have freedom from thinking about what carbs I'm going to eat next. Freedom
Mhm.
from not feeling worthy, successful, or important. Now I have freedom to put my health first. Freedom to say yes to myself, not to everybody else. Freedom to discover what works for me and just do it. Freedom to not seek approval anymore.
Yeah,
I love it.
those are big. And those didn't come all at once, it's like it was a learning process through this, and it's still learning, but it's just so much freedom. And everybody thinks this is restricting, and this is so much freedom. I'm not missing all the carbs. I'm not missing that stuff. I was missing my life. I was missing moving.
Horses.
Yes, I was missing being involved with my family, not
Yeah.
caring if I actually get a picture taken of me now. I
Uh,
would not let that happen.
yeah.
And I sit back and watch everybody have fun. And now I'm part of the fun. I can participate with them, and I don't care what people think.
That's right.
I'm I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm having fun, and I'm enjoying what this life is. And it's just God does not want us to suffer. He's did not put us on this earth to suffer, and it's up to us to do our part.
Mhm.
So, he didn't intend it for us to eat little Debbie's.
No. No.
No, no, he put the food here that's here. That's always been here.
That's right.
And
The meat has always just been here. It
yeah,
has. Just like you, I also prayed, God, please let these, for me, it was boils, for you, plantar fasciitis and knee pain. We each had our things,
yeah,
but we were each just praying, show me what to do, give me answers. Of course, we would have loved for it to just been taken away. But
yeah.
like you, I feel like I was asked to do something,
Mhm.
and that frequently did happen in the Bible, whether it was go in the river and wash 7 times or march around the
Right.
city several times. Like
Yeah.
here is the thing I want you to do that probably seems very counterintuitive and bizarre, and I want you to do it. And
Mhm.
if you do, then I'm going to take care of the rest. I'll take care of making the walls fall down and getting rid of whatever
Right.
the problem is. But yeah, I just like you
Mhm.
so much. Kristen,
Oh,
thank
well,
you
thank you.
for
I like you too.
I think we could be easily. I wish you lived right next door. We would just be eating steak and taking walks together all the
I
time.
know. And then your little girls, don't they like horses?
Oh, for fun,
Yeah.
I take them horseback riding. I do.
Yeah. If you're ever in Ohio,
Oh, oh, okay,
yeah,
Ohio. Yeah,
I've got the horses.
I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, for
Yeah.
those of you who are watching, maybe you don't have someone to be daily accountable with. Maybe you don't know how to make it through that first 2 hard weeks because we're telling you the truth, it can be tough. Maybe you really aren't that sure that your plantar fasciitis could go away, and this is the first time you're hearing it. Well, find some people because I hear it all the time. We hear stories like this frequently of things that were said, this will not go away. And then
Mhm.
people get to feeling better. But it helps to be around stories like that. It helps to have someone to report to in the morning or at night. And we would love to have you if you need the support. And if you don't, I'm just grateful that you are here today watching. Please say hi to myself, to Kristen. Tell her a thank you in the comments. And I hope to see you back next Saturday. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, most important thing, let's go thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Heavenly Father, God, I'm so grateful for all the things that you have freed Kristen from. Thank you, Lord, from cravings and pains and hurts and self-consciousness and all of the things, Lord. You have set her free, and I am so thankful. God, for anyone who is listening, if they are still in bondage, bondage to addiction, bondage to their own pains that they have lost hope over, you are a God of hope. You are a God of healing, and you are a God that can set us free. So, Lord, I pray that you would, just like you did for me and Kristen, that you would lay on their hearts what needs to be done, and that you would give them the strength to carry it out, and that you would bless their efforts. And we ask all of that in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.